Ladies and gentlemen, as per usual, the man called Spencer, the Spirit Fearon, is late. Now, actually, he's not late. I think he's just gonna do a little costume change. But he'll be with us shortly. In fact, in a couple of seconds. Old tight Lou Ben Drew. More strength for the show every time. I'm gonna give Spencer another 30 seconds or so. let's see. Let's see if he comes on time. Well, he's not on time already because he's late. Because we are moving into the first minute of the 8 o'clock hour. Yes, the first minute is upon us. So 100% Spencer's late, but hopefully he's not too late. Old tight Cam Joseph Tunde, you already know that I'm in the building. New York City, come on, all day, every day. The man behind the cam has just joined us. So, as per usual, I'm first in the building. My twin has arrived.
Tunde's taking liberties. Yes. Yes, my people. Yes. Tunde, why do you like my man today from Desmond?
Eh?
What's the little Gambian man from Desmond's?
Matthew.
Tunde look like Matthew today, bro.
Old time Matthew. But
There's an old African saying that was.
That was a serious program, you know.
Listen to me, Desmond was powerful, bro.
And you know the guy, the guy who actually wrote this original script. This don't quote me 100%, but the guy that wrote the original script never knew about the rights and the intellectual property to the show, and he ain't getting a penny for all those reruns that's on Netflix now.
Well, you know.
so fam, this is what I'm trying to say. You know, a lot of us were just uninformed, miseducated, and we didn't really know our rights. So, you know, those reruns now are making a lot of money because on Netflix that's a big thing.
On all the stations, a big thing. Not just on Netflix. You're saying like on Netflix. On all of the stations, it's a big thing.
Yeah, trust me.
You know, it is what it is, unfortunately. So, you know what I mean?
Off the canvas, boxing says, wow, they finessed him. No, they never finessed him. If you don't know, you don't know. and that's what you pay for knowledge. But anyway, now that you're here, I feel that we can start what should be a fantastic show with a great guest. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start by saying, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. Yes. There's loads of things to talk about today, and I ain't gonna lie. There's so many things in boxing, the boxing world right now to go talk about. And you know what I mean? But firstly, let me just start by saying, let me just thank every single person that came to my mother's funeral. You know what I mean? Which was on the weekend, and I was so touched. And when I mean, I'm not even talking a little bit, I was so touched by the level of how many people came out. Yeah, I mean, Tunde, let me just say, like, to our guy Gary, who you know what I mean, who came out, you know what I mean, Bobby Wright. Bro, if I start calling all the names, there's too many names to call, so I don't want to leave out nobody so anyone feel bad, but I'm just got to thank every single person, you know what I mean? Like, Ashley Fearfane was one of the first people down at the church because he posted that he was at the church. We didn't even leave the house yet. The hearse come. Yeah, I mean, you know when people say you didn't even be late for your own funeral, but the hearse come and we was just waiting for other members to come and drive behind the hearse, and we didn't want to leave them out. And I'm just saying, like, I was so thankful for all of the people that turned out. Like, from my community, from the boxing community, from people that I know who I used to go to church with as a kid, people from the mosque, so many people. Just such a beautiful send-off for a beautiful woman in my mother. And I was just so touched on. And I see Tunde in there crying. I went to go box Tunde. So what are you crying for, bro?
Bruv, listen. So there was me, Don Charles, Derek Chisora, all seated together. And I was calm. You know, your sister spoke, your, you know, we don't call them half brother, but your brother spoke. And Spence, good job I bought a dark glasses and a handkerchief. Because when you spoke, oh my goodness, the water that came from my eyes was a madness. I was crying uncontrollably. And let me just say, Spence, you spoke with so much passion, so much energy. It was quite a remarkable and such a moving speech you made for your mother. I was in total tears, but it was all encapsulated by the sexy chocolate singer.
Right. Let me say this, yeah. I mean, no, also, yeah, let me just look, seriously. Let me just big up Leon McKenzie as well. Big up Kano. I mean,
Yes,
my
Kano
artist.
was in the building.
Yeah, Kano was in the building as well. I mean, Johnny Nelson, Spencer Oliver, Steve Barnes. I go through like I don't want to miss out no names. You know what I mean?
But
Man,
remember Andrew Lowe, the
Andy Lowe said, "Boy, just send me the deal someday," you know. And that was in the morning. I sent it to him, you know.
Jesus,
You know what I mean?
so many people.
Right, boy. When I went in the church tonight, I looked about how much people.
You know what? Give me a joke. When you come in the church, yeah, your head was like this. Bro, it's like you couldn't believe how much people was in the building.
Because I weren't really publicizing the facts of the thing. Because you know why I weren't publicizing that? Because Tunde, I wasn't going to go, you know. I'm going to be real with you. It was too much. I said, boy, I don't know if I can go to this one. Because really, on the truth, like, I didn't want to have a closure to my mum, but not realizing, like, I always say to people that people only die when you forget them. I'm never going to forget my mum, number one. But number two, it's like, yeah, it was just too much going on there. You know what I mean? All like my guy Dan Miller as well works for Boxer. He come down.
Dan was there.
Bro, so many people come down. Ron McIntosh. Let me tell you the next thing. Ron McIntosh's mum, yeah, because you know, like in Jamaica, they don't learn to write in block first. They learn handwriting by learning joined up handwriting. That's how they learn how to write. So if you look at any person from who's like from Jamaica, like born in the 30s, 40s, 50s, come up to like the 60s, their handwriting is all the same, especially the females. They all write the same. They don't write. They write like they're doing calligraphy.
Yes.
So Ron McIntosh's mum, you know what I mean, gave me a card. And Ron said, make sure no, come on, got a card for you. So I got the card. And then in the card, I opened the card when I got home, and inside the card, you know what I mean, there was a little envelope, and I opened the envelope. And Ron McIntosh's mom must be about 85 now, and the woman gave me £20, you know.
Come on.
Inside. And when I mean like on something like that, no, it just touched me because that's how the old school are, isn't it? But it just touched me, and it's kind of weird, like of that generation of how they are. That generation was perseverance and was brave. You know what I mean? Look at your dad, for instance, Tunde. You know what I mean? Man left Nigeria to come to England for a better life. That's bravery, you know. Bobby, right? I ain't gonna stop big up. But that's bravery. You know what I mean? That's some mad bravery. You know what I mean?
And CK Flash's mum.
Yes.
Talking about old school, CK Flash's mother. What a beautiful man, it's emotional. It's emotional.
She's on another level. Because when I got up to go and speak, she said, I can't let you go up there by yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then she got up and then she was saying like, yeah, you know what I mean? I got to say a few words. Because she went to school with my mum, you know? That's mad, isn't it?
Serious.
And me and her ton of friends now. And like, how it used to go is this. I used to, every Saturday, I had to go carry shopping for CK Flash's mum's, for his mum's mum, for CK's grandma. CK Flash got an MBE for Peckham BMX, and he's doing fantastically well. He's producing so many champions down there. You know what I mean? He's a community champion, period. He's made so many youths.
His boy got the bronze in the BMX.
No, he got the silver in the Olympics. He got the gold in the European Championships 2 weeks ago. Right?
Yes.
I'm a patron for Peckham BMXing, so it's like we're all encompassed. Tunde's a Peckham youth as well. I'm a Kenneton boy, but South London, right? So for all of that, like I'm just keeping this thing 100. Like I was just so taken aback by the whole thing and just everything. But I don't know where my sister got that sexy chocolate man from. Let me tell you, man, come sing at the place, yeah.
For those of you who know about Coming to America and the sexy chocolate brother who sung on stage, Spencer's sister hired a brother, a Jamaican version of that brother. Fam, he was singing bare attitude. But it was this, that just helped my tears because I was in bits when you spoke and when the sexy chocolate man come on the stage. I said, bro, I was texting you. I thought to text you, but I said, you know what? Don't even send this text because this ain't appropriate to send the text. But what a beautiful send off. Big up Miss Daphne. And you as you said in your speech, people only die when you forget them. So on with the show, Spence. Let's talk about before we go further. Big up Bobby Wright. He was not one of the first man I see at the church.
You see?
The first man, Bobby Wright.
And he's coming from far, you know, because he don't live in London.
Serious. And Bobby was on his own. I said, what, Bob? You with someone? He said, nah, mate, come on my own. I was like, yeah, this is a real one. You know, someone who's a regular on our show, but it was a beautiful day and a beautiful occasion.
The love was too much. The love was just.
Thank you for the 449. Anyway, on with the show. We do have a guest, but listen, I think this week again was dominated by the AJ Usyk fight, by the Jake Paul and the Rapman news. Also, the Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks Jr. I think they were the three main topics on Twitter and social media this week. The fight still hasn't been announced though with Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks Jr. What you got anything to say about that, Spence?
Yeah, I've got a lot to say on it, to tell you the honest truth, Tun, because like it ain't been announced, and they just got it's banter now because like Eubank must have said like after I deal with Ben, let's get it on to RuPaul. So I mean to Jake Paul. Like,
yeah, Jake Paul, yeah.
Right.
And then Rapman tweeted back, he said, bruv, sorry to mash up your plans, I'm going to mash up your plans because I'm going to brack up this brother.
Well, you know, the thing about it is this, is like Rapman's going on, he's on this thing, exposing up the business, saying now, look, as soon as I signed to, right, well, I don't know what's the matter with this boy, you know? What's the wrong with him? What's the matter with him?
He just fighting up the thing. The man said, you're exposing that he bought you 25,000 followers. Why would you expose that?
Listen, the next thing is this.
Hey, fam, that's dumb.
Yeah, the next thing, if that's the case, then why don't you delete those followers that you just got?
Yeah. Just delete them, mate.
Just delete them, because you got a blue tick now. You never used to have a blue tick before.
Bro, right? The man trying to boost your profile. He's trying to boost your profile, and you're there airing out the thing. So what if you bought your followers?
To make the fight look like sexy chocolate, like he's singing at my mom's church. But I'm saying to you, right?
That's why, bro, Carissa Shields come on the thing and said, bro, buy me some followers. You're there fighting up the business. That's the business.
Wow.
That's the business. I'm sure there's many people.
A bagger, like people turn to me and say like, Spence, you should have more followers than what you got. Yeah? I'm saying, brother, I've got enough followers. Because check this one out. Hitler had a lot of followers. Jesus only had 12. So I'd rather roll like Jesus than roll like Hitler. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Don't start all that Hitler business. I don't want the Jew man them start mash up the Snapchat money.
No, but I'm you know.
Don't mention that brother in this thing. We'll mash up the thing. Anyway, but the fight still ain't been announced. I said I wasn't actually going to speak about it until they announce it, because it's just we're seeing this more and more around nowadays. People talking about fights that actually won't happen. Like, we all know Garcia ain't fighting Tank next. We know that. So you're just lying to the people, talking about you're gonna fight next. You're not fighting Tank. You're not fighting Tank next. And I will be so humbled if that fight were to happen next. But we know it's not. So just stop lying.
You might as well be cocky because that fight's not happening, right?
No.
And like I said, I'm not taking it back because I see my man look at the thing when I posted it as well, right?
Yeah. We see it, Spence.
Yeah, that's fine.
We see the thing.
Right, and I'm saying straight on. I'm not saying that Garcia ain't good. He's a good fighter.
Good fighter.
Yeah.
Remember, hold on. Can I just say, Garcia had over 200 amateur fights with only 15 losses. So he ain't to be played with. Don't think he's he's not a real fighter. He's a real fighter. Old type Felix is Negus. Thank you for the £5 donation. He said, big up Spencer, enough love, brother. Keep your head up. And Tun, when you selling stamina for sell cocoa bar? It's coming, bro.
Man think he's joking. We got some plans out there. So man must think we're joking at it. But I'm saying, like, I know that the EUBANK fight, EUBANK versus Ben, they're at a little juncture right now because they're arguing about the rehydration clause.
Yes.
The fight's made at what's that? 157 pounds allegedly, right? So the argument is that how much you can rehydrate by. You know what I mean? Because like EUBANK want to rehydrate to all 13 stone coming at me. You know what I mean? So
coming big.
Yeah, it'll come in big. So that is the argument, like the rehydration clause. So we shall see what happens as this fight goes on, as it keeps on going on. You know what I mean?
Is there a danger of the fight actually not taking place?
There is, but right now in the boxing world, there's a lot of talk about this AJ fight. The zone really do need this fight. Let's just be real.
This is a good topic because I did read today that apparently no British broadcasters have officially got the fight now. Although we were under the impression that Sky had got this fight.
They did, but then there's been some form of breakdown in business communication, because what's happened now is, like, allegedly Pro Bellum were meant to do the undercard. Right? That's what I heard, that Pro Bellum was going to do the undercard. Hence why, and I think rightly so, because on the same day, same venue, we saw Badu Jack, the former WBC, super middleweight, and former WBC super middleweight, light heavyweight world champion and WBA super middleweight world champion put like he's on the undercard. He put out his fight. So we know that he's got a link up with Pro Bellum. So we're thinking, right, that fight is going to go on Pro Bellum. Now we also know recently that Pro Bellum lost their contract with Eurosport, right? And so they were saying, like, our Sky going to get it. So this is Sky's going to get the fight. So allegedly, and we heard by Eddie Hearn's own talking, you know what I mean? By Eddie Hearn's own talking, that Eddie Hearn was saying that, well, the Saudis went with Sky for the more money, but that wasn't the case. Through my understanding, it was the fact that we wanted to go with Sky because Sky is a better platform and a far superior platform at this present moment than the Zone. So they're saying, well, we want to go with Sky because Sky could have got the mechanism to push and pump this fight to another level. You know what I mean? So that's what they were sitting down waiting for. So really, I want to know how they're gonna work this one out now, because it's not easy because I believe they should do like back in the day when Nassim Hamid defended his world title, his WBO world title against Kevin Kelly. What was that 97? Yeah, my goodness gracious. Yeah, in December 19th of 97.
The knowledge.
In Madison Square Gardens, which is an incredible fight. That's one of the best or greatest featherweight fights you could ever watch. That was a proper ruckus. Yeah. Frank Warren very cleverly put a show on in the UK that went on to the late hours, and then they switched and went over to America. The reason why I remember because Danny Williams fought on that undercard in America, and so did a young kid called Richard Hatton. Right? Right, who had his second pro fight. I remember Duke McKenzie. I've got to big up Duke McKenzie as well because he come down and paid respect to my mother's funeral.
Yes,
and he's a freeweight world champion. But you know, there's a fight is right that bust him. After we bust Duke McKenzie again, everyone started to use Duke again. Like they forget about him, but they, you know the thing, Spence. And I remember Duke McKenzie saying about Ricky Hatton, I betcha you'll struggle to find a better 2-fight novice than this young man. Absolutely fantastic. And he was not good, Ricky Hatton. His punch variety and how he put the shots together, it was like a human buzzsaw. But that's what they did. And I think if Sky were to go, you know what I mean? If Sky were to go and air the AJ fight, then they should use this young whippersnapper that they got now in Ben Shalom and say, right, you're going to put on a show. Because remember, it's only 3 hours difference between here and Saudi. Right? So they could put on a show here and then after it, click out to America and show just the AJ, because no one ain't interested in the rest of the undercard. Just show the AJ versus Usyk rematch, and that way it can amalgamate and put on a great show here. Because Richard Rappaport, by the end of the year, he should be ready for fight for a world title. Yeah, I mean, there's talk about him fighting Makabu. So yeah, I would like to. I'd like to do that.
Makabu is older than my granddad, Spencer.
Really? He's older than my grandmother. I mean, she's been dead 20 years. But regardless of that, Makabu can still fight. Remember,
Makabu can punch. We was in the same car in Russia, and we was in the same hotel room. He was getting breakfast with us. Bruv, the way that he makes weight is unbelievable. It was literally a pond. There was a pond in the gym when he was making weight the night before. Amazing. And still champion today, so Makabu is not a joke.
Yeah, he must be doing something. He must be doing something right. What's that? Winston Bartholomew.
Off the canvas boxing. Read that, Spence.
Off the canvas boxing.
Thank you for the
thank you for the £1.79. Big up yourself off the canvas. And also thank you off the canvas because you came down to our mom's funeral as well. So big up yourself.
Yes.
And also my friend, because you know that he battled cancer. Was it cancer?
Yes.
And defeated cancer. I mean, he kicked cancer's butt.
Yes, sir.
And I've got to commend that because anybody right now, I mean, you defeat that thing, you're on another level. So big up for that off the canvas. But they're going with Sky Bay. What's that? ROIS on the pay-per-view. I don't know. I'm not rightly sure what they're gonna go do because allegedly they had the Saudis wanting to go over with Sky because of the platform that Sky bring, but there's been some form of breakdown in communications there, right? And I'm only going by Eddie Hearn's own admission saying that, yeah, they've gone with Sky. This is Eddie Hearn saying it. He said, like, they outbidded us. And I heard that they didn't outbid them. I heard that Sky bidded way less than what his own bidded, but it is what it is. So that is interesting. But what I have realized, you know what I mean? What I have realized is this, that since this breakdown with Sky, all Anthony Joshua's world title fights, which were aired by Sky, have now been removed from Sky and they are now on Anthony Joshua's platform. So somebody's not happy with somebody here. That is one thing that I do know.
Nas A makes a good point. Could this potentially affect, or could this potentially affect AJ's preparation for the fight? I don't think so.
You know what? You put the words right on, man.
I don't think so. I think AJ's got people dealing with that side, and he's just focused on what he needs. It's funny. I asked Derek if he was going to Saudi. He said, "Yeah, he's going there for a month. He's literally going next week." So, there's gonna AJ's gonna have great support out there from the team, and I'm sure he's preparing well. But yeah, this whole we don't know where the fight's gonna be. I know one of them brothers like Fight TV are gonna end up probably streaming this thing here.
Yep, and you buy it for a tenner.
Or Triller, or one of them brothers, because we need the fight. Definitely, I mean, it's inconceivable to think that this fight is not going to be shown in the UK. It's just inconceivable. So,
Listen, there's too much money. What's that? Alexander Wilson. Yeah, return on investment. There's too much money at stake for the UK not to air the fight. So if you are a broadcaster, you'd throw your name in the hat. And you know what I mean? And come the time when I think when things are going to really get interested is when BBC do a BBC pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Remember, I'm telling you, when BBC say, all right, then you can have this special event and this pay-per-view. Or you never even know. BBC might say, right, then we'll just go buy that fight. We ain't going to pay that much money for it, but we know what we're going to bring in return. And especially right now, because in Saudi, they are pushing forward for this 2030, right? And the 2030 is like, they're opening up everything to the landscape, to open up the country, to say like, they are more cosmopolitan, they're more, do you know what I mean, to try to take away the stigma of the human rights issues about what's happening in Saudi. So they're really their best to try and reinvent things that are going there, hence why they've got their own golf tournament. The money that they're paying out on own golf tournament, they have paid one player, one player, £130 million.
serious.
To play in a tournament. So in retrospect, right, they know for them to pay 80 million for Usyk Joshua is chump change in comparison. But you have to think, why are they going on and paying that money for golf? Because they understand that with golf goes across the board, but golf really and truly is enthralled to the real business people. Because businessmen go lick, I'm gonna go lick a couple balls. They go do that. So that's what they're trying to draw into their country now. It's a very smart move by the Saudis, what they're trying to do and how they're trying to reinvent and get rid of the things that they've been stigmatized for over the years. So it's very smart what they're doing. And remember, we've got something like 50 years left of the natural resource of oil.
Yes.
Even though the Saudis have got so much oil put down in their reserves to last another 350 years, right? But they know like the oil thing's finished. But they've got so much money off of the back of it, they're trying to make Saudi Arabia the real stopping and destination point of the world.
Nibra says the Saudis are running out of oil.
Yeah, they are running out of oil. We do know this, they're running out of oil. But the fact that they run out of oil, they've got another 50 years.
They've got reserves.
Yeah, but they got a reserve that's gonna last, you know what I mean, 350 years. That's a lot of oil.
Just doing a quick hop over. Scouser boy, Paddy Pimblett last night, jam out the O2.
Tunde. I do I sent Tunde a message. Hey Tunde. Interesting. I said, Tunde, I am not a UFC fan. Yeah? This morning I woke up and I'm a UFC fan. I don't business.
Alright,
right? Simply because when I was at Jay News says Spence is a new Forex oil trader. No, I just read up on stuff, mate. So when I was privy to go, and I got to big up this brother Jay, just contacted me and said, "Oh, Spence, I've seen that your mom passed away. I've got a spare ticket for the UFC. Would you like to come and accompany me?" I mean, he runs his little business trying to get into certain things, and because Tunde bigs up my black book so much, every man's just hollering me now. I want to take that to lunch, and these business trying to smooth me. So, but I said, no, bro, I'm coming. So I went yesterday. You know what I mean? Can't take my mind off of certain things as well. I went down there and I have never seen nothing like that. Because the week, 2 weeks before, I was at the O2 for Derek Chisora. And listen, that Paddy Pimblett, or you know what I mean, Paddy the Baddie, because he's got blonde hair, every man's in wigs. I'm seeing Chinese brothers. Indian brothers with the wig. No, listen. I look at that.
Spence. Them UFC man ain't giving no Snapchat money, so ban them. I told the UFC man they give us some money. We ain't bigging up their thing. This is boxing. UFC. This is boxing.
Listen to me. What I'm saying is this. What I'm impressed with the branding.
Yeah, no. UFC.
And just like Alexander Wilson saying that UFC puts on some amazing shows. And they do put on more so over here, because certain men say like they go to UFC shows that are in Vegas and they're dead. Right? But the show that I
ain't giving Dana White no more free publicity.
No, but listen, I'm not even listen, Tunde, end of the day, I've hollered Paddy already, so he said he'll handily come on the show.
No. Big up Paddy Pimblett. It's me that started the conversation.
Yeah. So Tunde, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a hype thing yesterday.
No, bro. I phoned you straight away. And I said it looks like, you know, as SS10 said, they have an amazing business model. Now they are globalizing it. And you know, Paddy is definitely representing the UK leg, because he's big business now. I saw Jake Paul tweeted, you need to pay this man the millions that he deserves. So
yeah, it's the truth, Jake. Listen to me, right? But I tell you what I have to rate. Well, what they're doing with their team. When you fight on them, that you get a knockout bonus. You get a bonus if you strangle a man. You get bonuses. But this is the thing that I realized with them, right? And this is why I think like what you've designed with Anthony is so special, because everybody in your team that you have is a star. Addy, in his own right, has become a star. You know what I mean? Anthony's the real star because he's the fighter. He's the guy that's bringing the real bread and butter. You know what I mean? You're the star because you're working with me on the fight, right? But you're the star as well for the years that you know what I mean? Everybody's a star. When I was at the UFC yesterday, you know what I mean? You've got Michael Buffer's brother, Bruce Buffer. He's a star in his own right. Then you got the referee, the little dreadlock man. He's a star because we know him from when you play the UFC fighting games. I know because I played it with my son, right? So it's like everybody is a star. And then you had Michael Bisping there. You know what I mean? Who's my brethren. Big up Joe Long because he's the guy that introduced me to Bisping, right? It's just mad how they've got their little niche thing. And like even like to the build up. And I believe that boxing, after I saw it yesterday, I said boxing missing a trick here. It really is missing a trick. But it is what it is. It's not because not everyone can run out the place like when Anthony goes on fights. Do you know what I mean?
All right, well, let's move on from the UFC. Cause
I've said my piece on it.
We don't give these men enough energy for the evening.
The one being on Snapchat money.
But you know what? As much as it hates to see me, he is a bit active. I don't know. As much as it hates me to call his name, because as Adrian Broner said, you say F me, I say F you. Sammy Edwards made news yesterday by bracking up some little what's his name? Some little, what they call them man? Them troll man. He broke up a troll man. Benson tweeted it, and it's got some crazy amount of views on Twitter.
Okay.
But to me, that's not really a good look, because when a troll comes down with no boxing experience or hardly any, he's not a boxer, he's not a professional boxer, and a world champion feels that that's something to get likes or whatever. But bro, he could have licked him and hurt him seriously.
He could have, but I hear that. But then there's another side to me that says certain of these trolls, need to understand that this boxing thing is real. You know what I mean? Because certain of these trolls, they are making a living from trolling people. And the thing
Yes.
is, this is what I realize is this. And I want anyone to listen to me. Like, we say, oh, you got haters, oh, you got haters, and all the rest of it. Don't give them no energy, because none at all. And it took for the situation, like, I'm telling you, like, if you know how happy I am right now, the last few months I've been suffering from anxiety. I was in a dark place. And I thank God for, like, I'm talking to Tunde, like, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm phoning him. He has to wake up and we have to chat and just chat this thing out. You know what I mean? And these things can lead to a lot of depression and everything else. Sometimes I think like these guys who are trolling are doing it because, you know what I mean, which I know on certain times it is a confused form of admiration when people are trying to say bad things about you and all the rest of it, because the haters are the real fans. Because the haters are the one that keep on calling your name all the time. The haters are so I get it to an extent, but Sonny Edwards ain't in no position to say that he's going to punch up trolls, because he's a troll himself. No, I'm just keeping it 100.
Anyway, but I don't even know what I called that brother's name.
But you called it. Listen to me, if you didn't mention it, I wouldn't even know that it happened. My mind's been right. He did punch up a troll, but on certain things, I like what Curtis Woodhouse did, former British champion, right? I like what Curtis Woodhouse did. There's one guy who was constantly trolling. Then he went on Twitter and said, if anybody can tell me where this guy lives, I'll give you £1,000. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And someone gave him £1,000. Someone gave him the guy's address, and he gave the man £1,000, drove to the man's house and knocked the man's door, and the guy duded himself. So what I realized is like, there's no, he didn't do nothing. He just said, yeah, what are you saying now? And the guy just properly duded himself. And then
suppose there was some mad Stockholm strangler, brother. What would happen then? Bro, you got to be careful with these.
Tunde says Stockholm strangler, you know?
You don't know who these guys are. You're taking your good energy and you're going up to someone that you don't know, someone who's just speaking on the computer, and you're going to their house. You don't know. You just spoke about the mental health issue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rams. He could have opened the door, the man had a shotgun, just rinse him. It's facts. So, bro, although it seems comical and everything like that, but you don't know. It's dangerous out there, fam.
Listen,
right. Go Brixton. Let a man be trolling you from Brixton, road up to Brixton. Curtis Woodhouse ain't going Brixton. He is
not going Brixton, bro.
He ain't going Peckham.
But we do get guys who troll, and what I realize now is like the trolls or people who want to run out and call your name and all the rest of it. Just leave them. You know what I mean? Leave them.
People are going through stuff out here.
Yeah.
You don't just go jump on the motorway up the M6 and start knocking on people's doors. You don't know who they are.
Well,
you just don't know who they are.
Well, like I'm saying, like in the past, loads of idiots were saying, "Yeah, I love it with you," and blah blah blah. I'm saying, you don't realize, like, I would seriously hurt you.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, let's move on from the troll business.
But I like this piece though. No,
it's serious. I like it as well, to be honest.
Right. No, I'm just saying, I would. So now even more so, it's like, just allow the trolling thing is like, the key is this: don't give them no energy, because you either feed them or you starve them. And what I realize now, call my name, I don't care. I'm just starving you. I'm not giving you my time, especially like. I've got family to take care of. You know what I mean? I've got a legacy to build. So I haven't got time for that.
All right. Our man who was on the show a few weeks ago, Isaac Dobgo, pulled off a kind of upset last night.
Not kind of. It was an upset thing.
He pulled it off, mate. He pulled it off. Is it Barry Hunter? He gave a rousing speech in the final round of the fight and said, mate, come on, bruv. I ain't asked you for much. Go out there, give it all you got in this last round. He said, have you got it? Can you do it? Isaac said, yeah, done the Hail Mary thing, and he was out there. And congratulations to Isaac.
I could have got Isaac on the show, but I sent him a message.
Yeah, well, listen.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the victory. And I'm happy for him. And maybe we can get him on next week to speak about the fight. And hopefully he'll get another world title shot now. That was it. You know, you got to really, really credit Isaac. You know, he's taken himself up. You know, obviously he's not with his father no more. Went over to America. And he's beaten, you know, these Mexicans who were really the selling ticket over there.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Let's get that right. They're the selling ticket. But Isaac done the job, and congratulations to our man Isaac Dogbo. We're waiting for the arrival of our man Aries.
Gary is trying to get hold of him now. So,
but yeah, going back to the Conor Ben and Eubanks fight. I was watching Eubanks fight against Liam Williams. Hold on, big up Rachel. Ain't seen Rachel for a hot minute.
Yeah, where you been hiding?
Rachel, we've been hiding. Old tight Rachel.
First.
Thank you for the £5, sweetheart. Been a while as life's been crazy, but good to see you guys. Stay talking real. People who have time to troll clearly don't have work to do. Agreed, and agreed again. If you've got time to be trolling people, bro, we're out here doing bits and working hard. So I absolutely agree with you. And that's why you just don't give them no energy. You know me, everyone knows, straight. I got the t-shirt. You're blocked, sunshine. It's just straight blockage. You're there wasting up your energy, you know, just arguing, driving up the M6 and arguing with these brothers. You just got time. You got time on your hands. Thank you for the £5 donation, Rachel. Sugar Ray 29 says, I saw Prize Fighter, very good movie. Sugar Ray. Congratulations to Matt Hawkins on your show last week. Also to Ray Winston, Russell Crowe, and Julius Francis.
Yes, it is a very good. It's a very, very good film. It is on Amazon Prime. So if you got Amazon, jump on and watch that movie because it is a good film. You know what I mean? I watched a little piece of it and then I didn't finish watching the rest of it. But I am going to watch it.
Eubanks beat Liam, and that's what I'm trying to say. That Eubanks Liam Williams, bro, that's a good fight, you know, Spence. He showed some boxing skill in there. I watched the fight again today. I was like, bro, let me just see what this fight. Eubanks is a world-class fighter. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that he's not a world-class fighter.
He's a world-class fighter.
I'm just saying, like, it seems like he's been 30 years a professional. I think he should have gone further.
Not 12 years a slave, 30 years a professional.
Yeah, I'm just telling that as it is, my brother, Tunde Ajayi. I just believe that he should have been further down the line. He's not been further down the line. That is it.
OA says, Tunde, what's your favorite food? Don't say amala and bean soup, please. No, I'm going to tell you what my favorite food is. Fish and chips.
No.
I like that one.
Tunde's favorite food ain't fish and chips. Because if it is fish and chips, then he becomes a fish and chips trainer.
You like that one. You never thought you heard a man with the most African Nigerian name, Babatunde Oluwaseun Ajayi, say his favorite food is fish and chips.
Listen, Olawushe, listen. And Tunde's a real Nigerian because Tunde's got a briefcase, you know that.
Bro, me and my dad was talking about this today. You know when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, my dad
used to carry briefcase to school. Kim told me. And you said your sandwiches in it.
And all the youths used to cuss me, bro. Criticize me. My dad was setting the example. I was going to school with briefcase and proper shirt and tie. So God bless my dad for setting the example from day one. Come all the Roddies, you know the set. Bro, don't try label me because you see the Nigerian name. You want me to chat about amala and egusi and pounded. That's no fish and chips, mate. I'm born in Brixton, raised in Dulwich, lived in Peckham, and that's it. Fish and chips. But anyway, come on. Yeah, bruv. I was prime minister from 8 years old. Groville School down the bottom of the hill. And it was all good. Anyway, let's move on. Demetrius Andrade also called out Eubanks, which I found quite bizarre. Why is all of a sudden this man calling out Eubanks when, hold on, wasn't you supposed to fight Zach Parker?
Yeah, of course he was.
What happened to that?
Of course he was. He got injured.
Conveniently. So what? So you just swerved the Parker fight, because that was a dangerous fight. That would have been a dangerous fight. I agree. You said that. You told me and you spoke, and you said, nah. Andrade is different gravy. And he must be, because none of these American guys call that brother's name. They don't call his name.
Listen, Tunde. No, I feel sorry for Andrade.
Yes.
You know what? Listen, a message to Andrade. DM Spencer Fearon at master_knowledge on Instagram, and come and talk to Stamina for Sale, Tunde Ajayi, and we try to sort that out, because something ain't working for you.
Yeah, you heard it there.
Something's not. Just holler us. That's what I'm saying. Just holler just for us to have a chat, because whoever's pointing you in your direction, they ain't doing it out of love, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Nebraska Osman, thank you for the £5, sir. He says, do you think there is a legal disputes flying around between the Zone, Sky Sports, and AJ? Quite suspect. Talk the thing, Tunde, and give us the knowledge, Spence. Come on, old tight Nebraska.
I don't know where it's legals, because what will the legals be on? The legals is this: the rights, the ancillary rights, the site fee was all sold from Matchroom and bought by the Saudis, right? So they have complete and utter autonomy over how the fight or where the fight should go, if they can get somebody to buy it, right? Anthony Joshua does ridiculous, and I repeat, ridiculous numbers, right? Anthony Joshua's cool. Him and Usyk is cool the same way. If it goes on YouTube, we don't business, because we're still gonna get our 32.5 million pounds each. We're still getting that money. So whatever happens, we're getting that money. We're walking away with that cash. But we do want eyeballs. We do want people to see it, because what good is it to have a fight of that magnitude and nobody gets to see it? That makes no sense. And a fight is not just the fight; it is the build-up. It's the TV, it's the everything that goes global. And like I said to you, Saudi Arabia are pushing hard for this 2030. So in 8 years from now, they're going open market, right? I've seen the packets that have been out. That is what they are trying to do, Tunde Ajayi. So they're just using these fights as a vehicle. And how the Saudis are saying, like, if this don't work out too much, ban boxing. But I would like to see, like, our wish list of fights, and then we just go and try and make them happen. We have a wish list of fights. You give it to the Saudis because they're open. But one thing I give the Saudi Arabians, right? They'll go to somebody like Eddie Hearn or whoever, and they say, all right, then, you show us how to do it. Once we know how to do it, we don't need you no more. But you reward it greatly, because they're trying to build the infrastructure of their country. So it's the Saudi Arabians building up for the Saudi Arabians. And you have to rate that.
Interesting. Tam Booth says, I know this is a good one for you, Spence. Can a 22-year-old be shot in boxing? That young fighter on the undercard, Gabe Flores Jr., lost again last night. He was touted as a future star. Now people are saying he's shot. Is that possible at 22? And I know that what you're going to say, Spence, but answer that question, please, my man.
Of course it's possible.
Come on.
Right, what am I trying to say? Because you've got to realize what boxing is. As Tunde would always say, that boxing is so cerebral. It is cerebral, right? Now, I go to any young fighter or any old fighter and say, what is the most important tool in boxing? Man's going to say, well, it's me having a fast jab so I can line up things. It's me being able to dig. It's me having strong legs. It's me doing all my roll work. It's me. No. the most fundamental, strongest part of boxing in a boxer is this: your mind, your brain. So when we say a guy's shot, it's not the physical shot. He's mentally shot. So therefore, because he's mentally shot, his brain cannot, because this thing goes, it's quite simple. It is thought, action, results. Now, if your thoughts are not on a certain vibrational frequency wave to bring you to the correct action, to give you the correct results, it's never going to work. Because if your thought pattern ain't right, you can say, oh, I run 8 miles. But you didn't run 8 miles with the vigor like, yeah, I want it. You can go hit the bag as long as you want. But if you don't want it in your mind, you're just dead meat. So unfortunately, with fighters, where you say, can you be at 22 be shot? I believe at 22 you can be shot. Just
the
like
person that comes to mind for me, sorry to cut you,
go on.
is Wilfred Benitez.
Wilfred Benitez was world champion at 17 years old.
Come on, talk the thing.
17 years old when he beat Cervantes to become the youngest ever, and that record has never been broken. Now people want to talk about, oh, Mike Tyson was world heavyweight champion. Mike Tyson, world heavyweight champion at the age of 20. That's incredible what he did in November of 86. That was incredible. He knocks out Trevor Burbank in 2 rounds. Incredible. Don't get twisted. Right? But let's just keep this thing real. Wilfred Benitez was world champion at 17. Let that sink in a little piece, because I know what I was doing at 17 years old.
Please. This is a family show, Spence.
No, right. Well, Tunde knows about my granddad anyway. So what I'm trying to say is like,
old type blood clot fury.
Right, at those ages, you can be burnt out, because Wilfred Benitez went on and had a good win against Maurice Hope after getting beat by Sugar Ray Leonard in 1979, November of 1979, in Las Vegas. And that was the welterweight's first $1 million purse to each fighter. Mad, innit?
Come on, talk the thing.
Right? Right. From then, he loses to Sugar Ray Leonard. He moves up in weight. He beats Maurice Hope, who we know. I mean, Maurice Hope was a fantastic fighter himself, but he knocks out Maurice Hope with a devastating left hook. Right? Knocks out Maurice Hope. Then he fights Roberto Duran, beats Roberto Duran on points.
Yes.
Has one more fight. Then he fights Tommy Hearns, and Tommy Hearns outpoints him for the WBC light middleweight or super welterweight crown. Right? Then after that, it starts to spiral badly for Wilfred Benitez. And now Wilfred Benitez is still alive now, but he's suffering from dementia, boxing dementia.
Pugilistic dementia.
Right? So, yes, you can get burnt out, but I think also, I'll tell you a story.
Not burnt out. There's a difference.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you a thing about Wilfred Benitez. Wilfred Benitez came from adverse poverty, and he went to go train up in the Catskills, right? So he's up in the Catskills training. Now, this must be about 1977, 1976. He's up there training up there. Remember, he was a 2-time world champion, you know? He was a 2-time world champion by the age of 20. 2-weight world champion. So he was junior welterweight champion of the world, and then he moved up, beats Palomino, he beats Carlos Palomino, and becomes the WBC welterweight champion of the world. And he was there. He was like, he's up in the Catskills, and they were saying, "What's this smell? There's a stinking smell." Wilfred Benitez didn't know what a toilet was, because he come from that poverty. He didn't know what a toilet was.
Come on, you trying to make man vomit on the thing.
So he was pooing in the towels. I see his book as well. He was pooing in his towels and putting them.
What's the matter with you?
No, I'm telling you.
I don't want that kind of knowledge on this thing.
So when you come, so imagine you've come from different kind of poverty and you're fighting, you're getting $1 million, you know, right? Yeah. What do you think that's going to do to you? You are differently dirt poor, and you've got $1 million. Tunde, you're a madman with that money.
Bruv, that's bare chicken and chips, bruv.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean?
Anyway, can I just talk about what Spencer trying to do? He's talking about man doing up the place. Spencer, we didn't need to hear that. But anyway, what do you make? What do you make of Tyson Fury? Hold on. In one sentence, you're saying you won $500 million, and now you're saying you fight AJ for free, fam. You're confusing me and the public. We want to know: are you retired? Are you active? If so, if you're active, we want to see the fight. We want to see the AJ fight. But I'll be honest with you, regardless of what happens with USYK, I want to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. I need that fight. But I don't get the free business. I don't see why. You're both young men who are going to put your lives on the line. You both got family to support. What's all this free talk? I don't get that, Spence. The Joker, and we can't really take anything serious.
You know how it goes is this. Larry Alexander, look, Wilfred Benitez were nicknamed the radar because of how elusive he was to block shots and slip shots. We had the great, and we have to call him the great, because Mark Breland was one of America's greatest ever amateurs, right? Mark Breland, when we had him on the show for the exclusive, he hasn't spoken to nobody since us after he came on the Fight Is Right last year.
You're not in sync, I don't know why.
No. Am I in sync now?
Go on, carry on talking.
Am I in sync now? Am I back?
I don't know.
All right.
Gary, what do you make of all this, mate? Anyway, carry on, Smith.
Yeah. So remember, like Mark Breland, when he spoke about Wilfred Benitez, Mark Breland was saying like Wilfred Benitez is one of the best fighters ever seen. He saw Tommy Hearns for a 4-punch combination and he slipped every one of them. And this is Tommy Hearns at a time. At that time, Tommy Hearns was like 23 years old, and Tommy was blazing, man. And yeah, Wilfred Benitez was an incredible fighter. But like I said, he kind of burnt out early as well. So it is what it is. But going back to this Tyson Fury thing, Tyson Fury just knows he can say anything, he's going to make headlines.
Yeah, he's a good. I'll rate for Tyson Fury. You know me. He's a good.
Tyson Fury can say anything and he's going to get headlines.
I think your internet, Spence. You need to stop getting this Nigerian internet.
It's not in sync.
Nah, I think because you're coming with the feedback thing now. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Spence is always on a dodgy thing. You can take a roadman out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a roadman. That's Spencer. But anyway, yeah, as he was saying about hold on, who's this? Thank you, Off the Canvas Boxing, for your £4.49 donation. He says, regarding Fury, I blame the WBC. If a man gets injured, he becomes champion in recess. Why can't the WBC do the same thing for retired fighters? Great question. Spencer is back. Let's just see if he's in sync. Spence?
Yo, sir. Am I back? Am I in sync?
Yep. Yes, you are, sir. Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah.
How does my one seem funny now? Gary, how does my one sound? Bro, Gary, I hope Gary's still here, because Gary's on some part-time business now. And the newborn line don't work no more because the baby's not newborn no more. Gary's on, bro. Gary's on some feeding the milk lies. Feeding the baby milk lies. Gary, where are you, man? You see what I'm saying? All right, Bobby Wright says I'm all good. Hey, what's happened with this guest?
You know what? He's back. You know what? Before he went online, he's back online. I was just double checking. He's online now.
Aries you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah. He's online. He wasn't online before. I've sent him things like book. He's got it as well. Gary sent it to me as well. He must have aired Gary, but we'll see. I reckon he's gonna jump on because I know he's got some fantastic stories.
Gary's sleeping. Gary's warming up the Yorkshire puddings in the
Yeah, you know what? Funny games about the Yorkshire pudding for Gary, because he took that serious. When we were talking about the Yorkshire pudding, I mean, it hurt Gary's feelings still. So we have to allow that Gary's our guy still. But and trust me, when you eat Yorkshire pudding with some certain gravy, it's delicious. And I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so let's actually what we're gonna speak about, Spence, because I really had some quick fire questions for Aries, and he's literally 5 hours, or 5 hours, he's 30 minutes late. He's not related to you, is he?
No, he's not, because he's more Nigerian than he's Jamaican too.
But 84 Boxing says Aries is a G. Best LL. Yeah, Aries, bro. Aries is I was doing my research on Aries today.
He's a madman, son.
He's actually one of the. I don't even. Oh, he's here now. Aries is in the building. Aries in. So it wasn't a counterfeit poster that we put out. Yeah. Oh, he said, "I'm here now." Not Aries is here now. He said, okay, Guy, where was you, man? Where was you? Man said you was warming up my Yorkshire puddings in a microwave. It weren't me, bro. It weren't me. I'm putting the old baby to bed line. We know them lines. Spence, let's talk boxing. Carry on.
Yeah. I'm talking about the trickery of Tyson Fury. Yes. Tyson Fury knows that right now he can say anything and he's going to be relevant. Anything. Yes. Tyson Fury can say anything right now. Man's going to think, wow, because it's Tyson Fury. What's my microphone there? So, yeah, he can say anything and he's going to be it's relevant because it's him. So we can't. And he's helping Tyson Fury's actually helping the Usyk Joshua fight just by talking. And I'll fight you. And he's saying it's got to be free to air and because he's thinking, end of the day is this. If you know anything to the psychology of the traveling community or people from the traveling community, when it comes to a fight or a scrap, they don't business, It's not about money, Even though he's saying he wants peas and he want to earn money, but he says it's not about money. He's trying to say, look, let's go do this. Let's just do it. But we shall see. But I think he's also got a bee in a bonnet when it comes to Anthony Joshua. Mm. And I'm saying right now, it's very difficult to find anybody that would say that Tyson Fury isn't the true heavyweight champion of the world. Mm. It's very difficult. You were there ringside for his fight against Dillian Whyte, and you came back there on the things that you were saying about Tyson Fury and how good he was. Right? So we shall see. Firstly, you got to think the AJ rematch with Usyk is a month away, Tom. It's a month away. And we should be talking about this fight a lot more. The fight,
I just don't want to miss it.
Underneath the radar, Tom.
Yeah, it definitely has. And that's partly to do with the promotion and who's got the fight and who hasn't got the fight. But I don't want to miss this point because it's a point about the young man, Gabe Flores. I'm just reading a comment which says that Gabe Flores is a prime example of why I am not a fan of fighters turning pro under the age of 18 years old. Boxing is too taxing on the body and mind. It takes a special talent to go pro that early. Wilfred Benitez was out of this world pro talent under 18, but sadly, his star burned out quickly. And that, I just read that on Twitter. So we're in sync. We spoke about Benitez, but it's a great point. People turning pro at young age, you got to be. It's you know it's serious. It's cerebral. It's punches to the head, and I think people really do have to think and choose wisely when they're talking about. If you look at like a lot of the Eastern Europeans now, they're turning pro when they're all 30.
Tunde, you know why?
We're turning pro when they're 30.
What I realize is bare man lie about their age in professional boxing anyway. So in the old days, they were turning pro at 30, but they said they were 21. But you know what I mean? But now they're turning pro at 30 and they're saying that they're 30. Think about it. That's how I'm looking at this thing.
Interesting. Well, hold on, what's this? Spence, do you think Helenius is world class? And do you think Ben can beat him? Or Ben and Helenius are two different weight classes?
Maybe I think Helenius is world class, and I think Ben can beat.
Maybe he's talking about, can Ben beat Eubanks?
Yeah, maybe so.
No, he doesn't. Hearn doesn't think so. I don't know. Your question's a bit.
It's a bit muddled, bro.
Confusing. But on can Ben beat Eubanks? All I would say is a good fight. I think size does really matter in this fight. But we know Ben has the aggression. I think the boxing skills really sides with Eubanks. But it's a good fight. You know, Ben, I think it's harder to lose weight than it is to gain weight. And I think in that respect, I think it's going to favor Conor Ben. Because most men who are fighting at a particular weight class other than heavyweight are 3 weights higher anyway.
Bro.
It's like when you said you was light middle. You was a light middle eating 1 sandwich a day, bro.
Bro, I remember certain times, yeah, where I was training with Winston Spencer Kofi. And I was after training Tunde, I'd have a patty and a drink, you know, that was it.
Jesus.
That's what I was having, a patty and a drink. Wow. Jack Jones, thoughts on McKinson versus Ortiz. Right? I know it was a finger slip that you had there. Jack Jones.
Say what you said to me.
I like McKinson a lot, but
bro, he owes us some peas, bro. The dad owed us
some peas. I'm glad that he's in that position. I really think it's a throwback fight, but I think there's levels in this game, right? And to beat somebody who is a complete pressure fighter, like Ortiz, you're gonna have to have a little bit more pop than what you got. But
you need to go and watch Ortiz when he was a young boy. He was fighting with the same smoke when he was a baby.
Yeah, very aggressive man. I mean, very, very aggressive man.
Thank you.
Carlos Vargas was a champ at 21, and his career was done by the time he turned 28. He took massive punishment at a young age. Trinidad was deadly. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say the Bernard Hopkins line. Go on.
He just took it out. I love saying that line.
Go on.
Bernard Hopkins said, "You don't feed steak to babies. You give them milk, fam." And Vargas fighting Trinidad at that tender age was giving steak to a baby. you know babies can't digest steak. You give them the milk, the powdered milk. You don't give them big monster left hooker like Trinidad. And so sometimes, you know, again, talent has to be guided, you know, and it's about having the right people around you. LJ, I've seen all the comments that's come up this evening, and you've seen me have answered one, but we'll get an announcement. The announcement is coming next week, hopefully. We should have an announcement. Just tying up a few things. But next week.
I've got a message from Airy Spez saying he's got connection problems. So I'm going to get Gary to contact him. So, yeah, Gary, try and contact him now. He just said like guys are having network problems for some reason. Every time I try to answer, it keeps on disconnecting. So, boom.
Okay, that's
Gary,
cool.
please. Gary, contact him now. Let's see what will happen. Yeah, thank you very much, Gary.
Authentic Truth. He says, "What do you think about the Jake Paul Hasim Ratman Jr. fight?" Spence.
I haven't seen enough of Hassan Ratman Jr. But what I do know is this: I'm keeping this thing totally 100. I didn't like the snitching thing that they did to Floyd Mayweather. You know.
Oh, you got back that? You got back there then?
I'm going back there. You know what I mean? Okay. Because remember, you know, Donovan Campbell, the youth that took his life, who we knew Donovan, because Tunde was the guy that kind of introduced me to Donovan properly, because when we was out in Vegas, because man has to realize how far me and Tunde go back. We used to travel to Vegas quite regular. Do you know what I mean? When man didn't know about going in Vegas. Man didn't know about going to Floyd's camp because they couldn't get into that camp. They traveled.
Remember that Floyd's gym? In the ring, there weren't no branding.
None.
There weren't no branding.
I remember they had like them garden chairs all around the ring.
Yeah.
The white plastic garden chairs. So you know how it goes. Floyd Mayweather. Big up what he's doing. Nebraska Osman is saying what's snitching. When don't you remember like Hasim Ratman Senior, the dad, who famously knocked out Lennox Lewis out in South Africa when Lennox Lewis was dehydrated and undermotivated in that fight. They tried to sue Floyd Mayweather after Hasim Ratman used to be on the 24/7 regular with Floyd. Remember that?
The doghouse thing, yeah.
But they tried to sue Floyd for the doghouse thing when they said he it was over the sparring that his two sons had, and then the younger one.
Sorry, Spence.
Go on.
Gary just said Aries is still ignoring him. Ota Jose Sijo, blessings from Brooklyn, NYC. I see you, bro. You know me, I talk the thing on this thing, Gary. Bro, tell Aries to stop ignoring, man. But yeah, again, a lot of comments are coming up about the Conor Benn and Avician. I just don't think that fight will happen. And I think, fortunately or unfortunately, I would say fortunately for the fighters, we're living in an age where it's not necessarily about belts or anything like that. For some it is. For some, you still got the proper fighters, I would call them, or the fighters that are, that are after legacy, because money doesn't give you that legacy. It's money rules in this day and age, and I think Avician against Ben is a proper fight, where I feel the reward is not as big as the risk. Avician is not doing the kind of numbers Conor Benn is doing. So why, as a businessman, would I want to fight? So it's just like when Fury said, "Why am I fighting Luis Ortiz?" Bro, no one don't know that, brother. Big Cuban man, old as my granddad. I don't want to fight, bro. He ain't bringing that to the table. So
nothing.
It's called prize fighting. It's a business. So Avician, unfortunately, doesn't really bring the reward or the recognition for Conor Benn, and I think that's the stumbling block. Miss Ringside, thank you for the $8.99. She says USYK AJ is so quiet, and you must have been listening to us before you came on. There's no real promotion with literally 3 weeks to go. Any updates? As always, big up Tunde and Spencer, the best channel, the pan YouTube. The fight is right, gives us real talk. Blessed to you, sis. Spence, 3 weeks ago, and she's really echoing what we said. Where's the promotion? There's no promotion in this thing.
They had you know what? I don't know what's going on. I don't know, man. What? I don't know, man. What? Lymph node canker. I'm a canker, right? So I'm saying like I don't know. It's seemingly again like a little bit higgledy piggledy, or you know what I mean? I don't know. But what I do know is that Anthony Joshua is out in Saudi right now training.
Yeah, training is awesome.
And climatizing and getting ready to go and do battle.
And being professional.
Yeah, and he has to be getting ready for battle because Usyk's coming with he's gonna come with some smoke for this fight more than anything. I'm telling you that now. So, but
Bobby Wright, thank you for the 449. He says, apart from the AJ Usyk fights, what fights are you both most looking forward to? Well, you know the answer from me. But
yeah,
Spence?
the same fight that Tunde's looking forward to because we're joint at the hip, right? But after that, I really want to know if Errol Spence is going to get on with Terence Crawford.
Yes. Again, another fight that is not looking good. There's a lot of talk, but I'm not seeing no real urge from either fighter, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, one doesn't want to fight another one. Network talks. This person feels that he's worth more than what he's being offered, and it's either take it or leave it. Like it's we keep on hearing the same thing week in, week out. The fight is almost done. We're very close to the fight. Fam, just make the fight. Mess up the thing. A-Ob says Chamberlain against Billum Smith next week. That's a fight.
You know what, Jordan? I might be driving up to that fight, you know. Might just drive up there, book a little hotel.
Them country places to go watch them, man.
Yeah, I might. You know what? It's like Isaac's still sat London. And I like.
I would go, but I'll be honest with you. I'd rather do the watch along for the people.
It's not that I'm doing a watch along. Where I'm big one. I'm just what I'm doing. You know what I mean? My apologies. I just lost myself for a second. I lost myself. Please forgive me that I lost myself. Yeah, that is what I'm. That's what I'm gonna be alluding to or touching up on. You know what I mean?
Well, what's Aries? You sure he's big up Rachel? She said, "Put respect on Ortiz, freshly relaxed hair." That man don't look a day over 40. It's true. Bro, Ortiz is chilling right now. I see him in the press conference, glasses, bro. He's moving nice. Again, fighting heavyweight division. Ruiz still a player. You know, regardless of the defeat to AJ, didn't look.
Ruiz.
Yeah,
Ruiz. Yeah, you know what? Ruiz did not train for that fight.
Which one? The AJ fight?
He never trained for the rematch.
Okay.
He never trained for the rematch. He didn't train for the rematch. And not only that, I think the whole thing of being AJ, becoming a world heavyweight champion, I think it went to his head. I think them little Mexican narcos man there was just bigging him up as well. You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, it was nice what he accomplished. And he got paid in a rematch, but I don't think he was on it. To be real, I think his desires out of the game, and not only that, but his last fight, he never looked impressive to me neither. So we see where he goes from here, man. I don't know about him, and I think Ortiz will beat him. Just being
real. Is there even a promo? I haven't even seen a promo. AJ Usyk promo is a clear example of the lack of structure in the sport and governance. Is there a promo for the fight, Spence?
Tunde, what I've seen look dead.
Wow.
So there ain't a real. We've seen posters. I mean, we ain't seen nothing else. What we seen? We seen posters, bro. We ain't seen nothing else.
I mean, boxing is. I mean, there's a lot of good fights that are on the horizon, but it just don't seem to. I don't know. It's something going on. There's something in the air right now, bro. Because they just don't seem to be the most jazz and razzmatazz is on the Fight Is Right. Bro, it ain't nowhere else. Because it ain't these fights. Unless we're talking about these fights, no one ain't really paying no attention. I'm just being to be honest, because you know these are big fights. Usyk, AJ, you You know, even I'll be honest with you, even the McKinson fight, that's a good fight, bro.
Bro, Tunde, I'm telling you this now, yeah? I'm just keeping it. I want Mikey to go do the business, yeah? But I'm just being real. I can't see it happening. Right? I can't, and that's not me gunning the youth because I like the youth a lot, but I promise myself.
Bro,
Like,
it's mad. It's like there's no vibes in boxing right now unless we're talking about it.
listen, I'm being real, as soon as we talk about it, it starts the vibes up.
Yeah,
Right?
bro, it's like you, man. All this, bro. Even the AJ thing. It's better you just give us the money, and we'll just promote up the thing proper. Because people would prefer to hear us talk and gas the fight than these man you got talking about this fight.
I'm telling you this now.
Imagine the Conor Ben Eubanks fight. We would be talking up this fight. Well, we are going to talk about the fight.
Gareth A. Davis is a friend. I regard him as a friend, right? I don't know about your boxing intellect, though. I'm just keeping this thing. I'm not disrespecting Gareth A. Davis. He's a well-educated man, but you're educated man, but you're not educated man on boxing, right? You got a platform to talk, but don't turn around and tell me that EUBANK Ben is bigger than Terence Crawford versus Bud. Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
But you know what? I have to interject. It actually is Spence.
It's bigger.
No. I'll tell you why I think this. It's not a better fight. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that, mate. It's not a better fight. But in terms of publicity and the promotional mechanism that's needed to gas up fights, it is. Go down the road and talk about Errol Spence and
very true. But he said it will do more pay-per-views. It will do more pay-per-views in that fight. Now, what I'm alluding to is this: it won't do more pay-per-view fights in America because nobody doesn't know Ben and Eubank in America.
Yes, that's probably a fact.
Right,
probably.
that's what I'm saying. So I get what he was saying.
Errol Spence and Crawford, Errol Spence is because he's jamming at Dallas, Texas.
Right, exactly. And not only that, but in Nebraska, Crawford's big business, bro, because he sells out numbers out there.
In where?
Where he comes from, Nebraska. Omaha.
That's like Peckham, fam. Nebraska's like Peckham in America. But you're right. But listen, it's arguably the number one or the joint number one A and 1B of the welterweight division.
Right.
But I think maybe there's just two. I don't know. There's a lot of confusion with the broadcasters. You know, you got ESPN, you got The Zone, you got Sky, you got BT, you got Showtime. I think there's so many people promoting now. I think the fighters are actually getting lost in the promotions.
Well, I don't know where the fighters are getting lost in, but what they should be lost in is learning their craft. And also, boxing isn't boxing of 70 years ago. You know what I mean? And the madness, I tell you, the madness is this. In another 8 years, 1980 will be 50 years ago. That's mad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That is crazy. So we're gonna think like Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran is in 8 years' time. It's gonna be 50 years old. That is what?
That shows your age, mate.
So, but you know, it goes. I feel look good. You know it goes.
Hit the like button, subscribe, people, base. I don't know Ari Spears. Yeah, I don't know what my man has been drinking or something, fam. It's only about 1:30 in the afternoon in California.
Send me a message. Still having issues. My apologies, man. No problem.
Bro, I know them little old comedian, them little black old comedian lines about the connection. Bro,
Aries are sending out the messages right now.
Bro, what is the problem? It's on YouTube, fam. It's on YouTube. There's no connection problem. Gary, send a link. Answer what you want me to answer? Authentic truth. I don't know. Man, Aries, people are on this thing to see you, listen to you, the greatness, the brilliance of your craft, and just talk boxing. And Come on, man. You got to be sorting out links, bro. We're trying to give you the thing. We're trying to give you UK subscribers and fans. I know Aries has got a podcast as well.
A very good podcast he's got.
He's got a good podcast as well. So
you know what? And the thing, I'll tell you, like the brother actually knows boxing. You know, he really does.
Aries knows boxing, and a massive. Look, I'm going to give away my script now. You know, I'm ready to talk to him about Mike Tyson and how he met Mike Tyson and how he, bro, because he's in his own words, he's a Mike Tyson groupie. So there's so many.
He was a very good Mike Tyson impression as well.
Yeah.
Check this one.
Syrup.
Chris AJ says, no.
A-Up says Aries was in a shubs last night.
Man says, do you know that Teofilo Stevenson was better than Muhammad Ali?
No, sir.
Your mouth.
No, sir.
What I'm going to say is this. Ivan Drago in a Rocky movie in 1985, me and Tunde were speaking about that already. Teofilo Stevenson was, Ivan Drago was based on him. You know what I mean? Because that brother could knock out, man. And also, people don't know that Teofilo Stevenson was actually Jamaican.
Oh, here we go.
He was, no, but I'm telling you now, he was actually Jamaican. And went, no, but this, what used to happen is this, like, in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, Jamaicans would go over to Cuba for farming. So they'd work farmlands out there and stuff like that. So, like, Teofilo Stevenson is actually, his parents are Jamaican. But yeah.
Here we go. Always interlinking you jamos to greatness. There's got to be some Jamaican link up. All right, but so the fight is right. We all know was a jamo. Mr. Ringside, you know what Spencer always has to slip it in there. What's the matter with him? He has to slip in some Jamaican. Yeah, Mike Tyson's father was Jamaican.
Yeah, but you know that. Mike, yeah, it was. You didn't know that, did you?
No,
you didn't say it, no. But actually, Mike Tyson's father was a cab driver. If you read his book, Undisputed Truth, it's a wicked book. And yeah, his dad was a Jamaican cab driver.
Man said, next you're going to say Shakespeare was Jamaican.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Well, Shakespeare's lover was actually Jamaican. You didn't know that, did you? You see?
Oh,
right? You know, taking that some little joke thing, but yeah, his lover was actually, his gal was actually of Jamaican descent. So
I know she come from Clarendon. She come from Clarendon and drink Red Stripe. Bro, I don't know. This show today was supposed to be about boxing. We've just turned it into UFC, bro, cultural show, mental health. It's just the best show on the thing on YouTube. Aries Spears, I was really up for Aries Spears today. I was really looking forward to it, but it's a shame that he's having connection problems. The connection problem might be you just ain't got no Wi-Fi, fam. You ain't bought no data. Old time mind mastery strategist. This is what we got to do. When the guests don't turn up, man just got to just spin it and just talk the rules.
Yeah, I'm telling you that now straight. Because the thing about this now, yeah, I mean, I should have just stuck with my original thing and just got Lawrence Okoli because he had a lot to talk about.
Oh, somebody said that actually, Spencer.
I should have said, yo, Lawrence,
So I'm trying to say, sometimes you're there. I keep saying, bro, we're there trying to grab these American man and everything.
That's the whole point. I wasn't trying to grab me. The man hollered me, said, yo, man, I want to jump in the car.
They're trying to mash up the thing. I told you, I'm a man. I don't care about all these young men. If they don't want to come on the thing, then, bro, listen, look for greatness within. There's a lot of great people here in the UK that are willing and able that we can speak to them. I've never been one of these brothers that just running over to America like it's some land of, it's not my land of hope and glory. Bro, if you don't want to come on our thing, then you do your thing and I'll do our thing. We do our thing. So, bro, next time, always have a UK backup. I beg Spence, because these American man here, we've gone over now. This is like 1 hour and a half now. We've been on there waiting for this brother. And he ain't come on. He ain't coming on. It's upsetting me, bro. Bro, I all done my research for the brother. I don't need to research my man. I've got my own boxing thing to work on. And now these young men are messing up the thing. Sorry. I'm ranting and raving. Bro, Aries Spears, come on, bro. You fix up, fam. Sorry, I know you don't know. Bro, man raising up my blood pressure. I got studying to do. They're wasting time. Bro, you understand off the cameras boxing? We're there waiting for these American men here. Bro. Oh, God almighty. UK, I would represent UK 99 times out of 100, as opposed to going to big up the American man. I don't care.
I don't business about no Yankee man.
I don't care about these young men. If they don't want to come, if they don't want to come and give us equal energy, like if they don't want to come and give us equal energy, then head out, mate. Take a trip on flipping American Airlines. Bro. Anyway, Aries is full of air. Aries is moving full of air. Come on, Aries. I know you got the clap back when you come on, so maybe you might hear me cussing you. And you're one of the great comedians that's left. And we needed to hear you, but
bro, listen to me.
True American Yankee style, you've let the UK man down. Sorry about connection issue. Aries Spears.
I'm not even listening.
But look, Aries Spears, he says blood clot connection issue. I don't know if that's the original Aries Spears. I hope it is. But Aries, come on, mate. Come on. As we say in the UK, sort it out, mate. Sort it out. Or we're going to have to draw for Ollie Harrison.
No, I don't call Ollie, You make entertainment.
We're gonna have to draw for Ollie Harrison because this, bro, Aries is full of air right now. And I was so excited. I listened to a how long was it? Let me just check. Over 2 hour DJ Vlad interview today in recognition of you coming into this show. And you're telling me about Wi-Fi connection. Come on, Aries, man. Come on, fix up, bro. Fix up.
I'm going to cut this piece and send it to him.
Yeah, trust me. Aries, you're letting the team down, bro. We're giving you the platform to talk on this UK, the biggest boxing podcast in the UK. We're giving you the platform to chat about connection problems. Oh, go on, man. Sorry, you're making a Nigerian talk Jamaican, mate. Anyway.
My master, Jesus.
Spence, I'm giving this man 15 minutes.
Nah, I'm not giving no minutes. I'm calling him Harrison, bro.
Draw for that black book and get one of these. Yeah, because as Nebraska Osmond said, these young men just teeth our time.
Yeah.
These young men just teeth our time. And he needs to pattern up the thing. Bro, man trying to give man back a platform to talk with and to the UK followers. You got a lot of UK fans out here, Aries. A lot of UK fans. And people was really, really looking forward to hearing you this evening. And I think having a bad Wi-Fi connection really doesn't suffice. I think you need to sort that out.
You see, everyone's like, it's mad. Ollie Harrison is a done, because everyone's the same. Just get Ollie because Ollie's entertainment,
Yeah, Ollie's the third member of the show. I would have been good. He said, I'm American, and I would have rather heard what Lawrence Okoli. Hold on, let me read that. Yeah, I would have rather heard what Lawrence Okoli had to say rather than Aries Spears punk ass. He obviously has no respect for people's time. Yes, 100% shill killer. I'm gonna say that again, man. He said, I'm American, and I would have rather heard what Lawrence Okoli had to say rather than Aries Spears punk ass. He obviously has no respect for the people's time. God damn. Hold tight, shill killer covered all day, every day. Anyway,
Wait, I'm sending Lawrence a message now.
um, um, nah, come on, man. Aries, man. I'm disappointed, fam. I listened to the interview, though. I was on the second, the one from 4 years. The what? Hold on, there's a Snapchat that we're missing here. Oh, old type all the runnies. Thank you for the £8.99.
All the runnies, come on.
Much,
Yo,
very much.
Tunde, we're money there, Tunde. We're money, Tunde. We're big money there.
Oh yeah, Gary. I got a little freeway split. Yeah, you know, punk ass. I had to put an emphasis on the punk ass. Let's talk fantasy fights.
Wait a minute. Do you see this? What's that? Kasif Patel says, Spence, your boy Paulie Malignaggi said Joe Kawasaki was overrated.
Well, obviously you would say that. Obviously, Paulie Malignaggi, he talks nonsense.
No, you know what? I'm really surprised that he would say that because Paulie's Italian descent and so is Joe Kawasaki. And for him to turn around and say that Joe Kawasaki was overrated is a travesty. Let us not forget.
What? Hold on. Why would he even make a statement like that? Why would he even?
But I'm just going to touch on this now. Paulie, I hope you're listening. Because if you're not, I'm going to send it to you anyway. Because, I mean, Paulie's my guy still. You know what I mean? He does have, at time to time, some very controversial things to say. But I'm just telling Paulie this now. Joe Kawasaki was not overrated in the least. Matter of fact, Joe Kawasaki is actually underrated.
Very much underrated.
Right?
And that was partly due to the fact that he was never a public man.
Yeah, exactly.
If he was a hype man, he would be spoken about so highly. But he was so humble, you know, and really brought up well by his father, that he just wasn't entertainment. But he broke up, man. You're saying he's overrated, but Olin, Paul Manager is saying he's overrated, but Olin, when Lacey came over here, you man was talking like Lacey was the next coming of Mike Tyson.
Tunde, the way he broke up Jeff Lacey, yeah,
the way
he was never the same after that.
But he was finished after that. Lacey got hit so many times, he thought he'd been attacked by flies, bro. He thought flies attacked him. Bro, he got clap up. Joe Kawasaki was different level. This man was ABA champion at 3 weight classes.
Okay.
He was a young you. He was a young you who gave Eubanks. He dropped Eubanks in the first round, and Eubanks, credit to him, told him that he's going to take him in deep waters, and he did. But he come through that.
I survived it. He survived it.
You know, he beat Hopkins, and I don't care if you say they was all, because both Hopkins and Roy Jones still went on to have big victories after Joe beat them. So whether you want to say the fight was close or it don't matter. He beat them. And Joe Kawasaki was not overrated. He was underrated. All the runnies, I'm gonna put it up. You know, bad man and still better be. You know, bad man and still better be. Bro, you need to brush up on your English. Because I don't understand that, bro. When I'm talking the road man, I'm intermixing it, but I can read and write English perfectly well. So when you're on a public platform, please, you gotta talk proper when you're putting a Snapchat thing. You know bad man and still better beer. I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it, please. Please talk proper. But thank you for the 179. Appreciate it, bro.
Like, I'm just keeping this thing 100. Joe Kazaki was a don.
Joker, brother, serious guy.
He was a
And
don.
how you know he's
You
a
know
don?
what? You know what? Chuck it. Like I said, next week I'm getting Joe Kazaki. You're my brethren still. Next week I'm getting Joe Kazaki because I know Tunde love him because he's a bad boy sapper.
Yeah,
Joe
real.
Kazaki is absolutely fantastic.
Joe
Don't
serious.
get on that. Because just
You're on mute, mate.
yeah. So I'm saying like Joe Kawasaki was a bad man. I mean, total bad man. And the way
How do you know he's a bad man? Look at his clarity after his career's finished.
all right.
That's how you know he's a bad man.
Right? And let us not forget his fight with Byron Mitchell.
What
All right? When Byron Mitchell dropped him and his body did this down.
360 thing.
Yeah. And the man got up and broke up Byron Mitchell, you know.
Bro, that was a serious fight.
You know what I mean? Don't get me started. Don't let me have to tell you how man was looking at Mikkel Kessler like he was the Don Dada.
Oh, come on, Spence.
Right? Remember, Mikkel Kessler after that went on to beat Carl Froch.
Carl Froch, yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Don't get stupid when we're talking about him. We already spoke about the night when he beat Jeff Lacey. You know what I mean? Because he was amazing in that fight. So don't let nobody try and bring no disrespectful talk about Joe Kawasaki. Because that is ludicrous, to say the least.
I like that authentic truth. Kawasaki was a savage and a gentleman, and that's correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Killer, he dealt with a Pete Kessler. Yes, sir. Serene. These are all facts. I don't even know. But, you know, Paul Malignaggi will always say things to be controversial, and that's just his nature. But Broner broke you up and took your gun. That's what Broner said. Brother, I didn't say it. That's what Broner said. I'm just reiterating what he said. I remember Paul Malignaggi said, "Man, that's my side piece, man." But yeah, Joe Kawasaki was a great fighter. And Paul Malignaggi achieved a lot in boxing. He was a world champion, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a world champion. I remember Amir Khan put hands on him. That was a good performance by Amir. Amir was. I don't feel Amir Khan fully got his respect in his career because he was absolutely a good, great fighter who achieved so much so young. So big up Amir Khan. You do that a lot.
I'm just being real. Like, Khan was a G.
Yes.
Right? Khan was a G, mate. You know what I mean? That would have get pulled because I remember like saying to asking Paulie Malignaggi, this is when I used to be at Sky, and I asked him who was better out of Ricky Hatton and Amir Khan. He said, you know, I gotta tell you, I gotta be real. I gotta be real when I'm talking. I gotta be real. I gotta give it to Amir Khan. Amir Khan to me was a better fighter. He was a better fighter. Like Amir Khan was a better fighter
than Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to think about that one.
That's what he said.
Because I don't care if Costa Zoo was 94 years old. He beat Costa Zoo.
That was a great victory.
I don't care how old that brother was.
Twisted. That was a great victory.
He stopped Castillo would. He done to a Mexican what Mexican's supposed to do to man.
Yeah, that body shot was serious.
Serious. And remember, that's why he called out Floyd. He should have never called out Floyd after.
Yeah. All the Ronnies were saying, what? Mr. Spence, you're real. AY, what's happening, coach? I don't get that one.
Mr. Spence. Hey, all the Ronnies, you're talking nonsense again. You're coming with your broken English.
Gobbledygooch.
He come with broken English. You sure you're not Nigerian? all the Roddies. I don't know. Mr. Spence, you are real
I don't
AI.
know. I don't understand it, but thank you for the 449. Bless
Yeah,
you.
I don't understand it, but thank you for the 449, man. All the Roddies, bro. You need one of them translator brothers. Or one of them spell check things. Hold tight, Mr. Ringside. Come on, I don't know what all the Roddies is on tonight. He said, all runniness, you now bad man, still and still batting BM. Bro, Spence, I see you looking at your phone. You look like you're still trying to contact this brother.
No.
You're mute. You're mute.
Sorry, my apologies. Tunde, I'm telling you now, I'm done with this business here. Yeah, I mean, no Yankee man business unless like man come, he asks me, I've sent Tunde the messages and all the rest of it, and then he does Gary as well.
I won't read out what my friend just said because he tried to get me mashed up. Man, all the Roddies, mate. You need spell check, bro. You need spell check.
So, remember you speak and spell? Do you remember that?
Speak and spell, yeah. But yeah, this Yankee brother, he's really cheesed me off this evening. He's really cheesed me off. I actually done so much research on him this evening, and he has to redeem himself, bro. He has to pay to come on this thing again. Bro, if you want to come back on the fighters, right, he has to pay. Bro, we was giving you free publicity, Aries, and now you have to pay because man's taking. Bro, we just messed up the team, but he didn't mess it up because that's what I'm saying. With this show, it's so organic. We
could do anything.
We're not reading off a script. This show is organic. It's by the people for the people. So it really don't matter if you're supposed to come on. If you don't come on, we're still running the show. The show will go on because we love boxing and we just can talk about anything. We'll take it down. Spencer will start telling you about what color brief Muhammad Ali was wearing when he fought Joe Louis. So, bro, we got everything. We got everything right now. But anyway, you know what? We're gonna go to 10. We're gonna go to 10. This is supposed to be an 8 to 9 show, a roundup of the end of the week. We have now gone 2 hours on a Sunday. I've still got a lot of work to do, but I think it would be justified for you to get Lawrence Okoli on at some point or next Sunday if Lawrence can sort that out.
Yeah, definitely. I believe when it comes to that one, there's a lot to be spoken about.
There's a lot of English people that, bro, we got remember. Let's just remember it's a kind of like it is a boxing primarily, but this is a.
And you know what? It's the truth. Like I could have hollered Isaac Chamberlain or Billum Smith. Both of them guys are in the phone book. I could holler those guys. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Your connection didn't work, but sorry. And you know what? I'm not fuming. I'm not fuming at all. I'm fuming only for the simple fact that I could have given benefit or credence to the fighters that deserve it, who are actually going and the combatants that line up to go and fight, who would have some brilliant things to say, or you know what I mean, or for something like that. But it is what it is. So, yeah, man, I'll leave it at that.
What's Dylan doing? I ain't spoke to Dylan
for... as good as mine, Tunde. You know what I mean? He sent me I think he's gone back to Portugal because...
Bro, all the runnies, you're on some joke thing now. Mind is right and the fight is right.
I think he's got to have some operation on his foot, you know, or on his knee. Something. Dylan. He was. Okay. You know, I'm just telling you, I go. Dylan went into the fight with Tyson Fury actually injured with his foot.
Yeah, his leg didn't look right, but
I'm glad that you can see that. But
we can't take away the fact that Fury
right,
a great performance.
Right, it was a great performance. But Dylan White was injured going into that fight.
Has he made that public?
No, but he told me, and he's got no reason to lie. He was injured. So
No. I'm glad he didn't make it public. That's why.
But I'm letting people know now that Dylan White's leg was injured going into that fight. You know what I mean? But so he didn't want to make no show of it or say, "Oh, you know, I went into the injured or right." I come up second best to the man who's the better man on the night. So I believe now that with Dills, he gonna get the operation done. So he's either had it already or he's about to have it done.
Bro, sorry, Spence. You see this airy brothers? He's boiling up my blood pressure. No. He's got me vexed. This Aries.
Can you read that? He just sent a message now to him.
What he said? He's boiling up my blood pressure. Let me read it.
No.
What would you like to do? And if you can still do this tomorrow, pre-tape or pre-record, I'm down for that too. No. The people were waiting. Bruv, this man has been, you see what I'm saying? This man has been in this entertainment thing. And this is what I can't take about people, you know. And I don't want to go into, certain...
Yeah, I know. These brothers. These brothers.
There's so many complaints, yeah? So many complaints from certain people about certain behaviors. But what I'm trying to say, and what I've always said in boxing, when it comes to a certain demographic, is how can you complain if you cannot and will not and continue to be unprofessional in a professional business? If this don't look good, fam. You understand? It's not, you ain't representing, you're not a representation of what you should be showing the next generation. Are you gonna tell man that the Wi-Fi that there's what kind of nonsense is that? That's rubbish. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what they do, and this is why it's taken me so long, because I've had ethics from the very first day, and you know this, Spence. I don't do late. I don't do that stereotype foolishness. You can't put that on me. Never. You can't. Nobody can ever say Tunde Ajayi is not at work 15 to 30 minutes earlier than what he's supposed to be. You are showing total lack of respect for yourself, one, and for others when you're late. If you don't respect time, you don't respect yourself. I'm just telling you how this thing rolls. You man talk about, oh, you don't give us this opportunity. Oh, these people. You're always pointing the finger at others, but you yourself cannot maintain. You man, you see what I'm saying?
Sir, please, sir, please.
Bro, you man comment. Bro, listen, this is one of the few, if only, real boxing podcasts where people can talk their own opinions. If there's any disrespect, you get blocked. Any negativity, you get blocked. But it's one of the few platforms where we, as a community, regardless of color, creed, kin, that we just have a nice platform and people like to talk. And I'm saying that when people gear themselves up for a Sunday evening to hear somebody who has been something or are still something in the industry, how are you going to come late to people who's trying to build up the thing?
Anyway.
That means you're trying to put us down then. That means you're trying to put us down there, because we're trying to grow the thing, and you, as a former one of the goats, you are one of the goats of comedy. You can't come on time. Now you gotta explain yourself better. Let's chat about pre-record. What do you mean pre-record? Pre-record what? The thing's done, fam. About pre-record, brother. You see, you get my blood pressure. This is what I'm trying to say. You man, you're not helping.
Leo says, thank you for the $8.99. A bit confused. if you can WhatsApp, you can press the YouTube link. The connection is supposed to get clicked before.
Bruv, this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. That, bro, I ain't got. That's why I roll alone. I was telling you yesterday, Spencer. in over 20 years in boxing, I ain't rolled with nobody. I've known you for longer than I come into boxing. You understand? But I just cannot see any form of professionalism from these old foot man. There's no professionalism, bro. And we continue to point the finger when we are the ones to blame. We have the power. Your destiny is in your own hands. And having the power, you may not have the power over others, but you have the power over yourself. You have the power to be on time, to respect.
Ram, thanks for the £1.79. Yeah. We are governed by what we do and not by what we say.
Yeah, in other words, don't talk crap. Don't.
Thank you for the £1.79. He's talking. He's taking us for a mug. But
bro, this is what I'm trying to say about these young brothers. This is what I'm trying to say about these young brothers. Try to mash up the thing. But it's true that the fighters right know us. It's true that they know us. They know that we're real ones, and they know that we are actually the show. We're trying to big you up. The show is Spencer Fearon and Tunde Ajayi.
All right.
We're trying to big you up. We're trying to give you a platform, and you haven't got the brother. I don't want to. You need to come with a better. It's better you told me your cat got run over. It's better you told me your cat got run over, or bloody. You understand? Something happened to your leg or something. Tell me about no signal. What kind of nonsense is that? Bro, this is 5G era, fam. This is 5G era. Come on, Aries, bro. You see, I'm afraid you weren't permitted to be on this show. The powers will not let you on this show. You're not coming back on this thing here. Country done. I don't business. You're not coming on this thing there. Me said that. You're not coming back on this thing. Trust me. You are not coming on this show. I don't business. I don't care, fam. You're not coming on this show. For this disrespect of Tunde Ajayi's time, you're not coming back. Mark my words, Spencer and Gary, you are not. He is not coming back on the show. I'm telling you, you've done it, mate. You've actually, you have pressed the button you shouldn't have. In fact, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. I'm taking off them posts from my Insta and my Twitter. You have shown total disrespect to the Fight Is Right listeners, viewers, subscribers, Spencer Fearon, Tunde Ajayi. You are blocked. How you like that, sunshine? Take that back to American Airlines. You ain't coming on this thing. Never again. I said it. Any complaints, Tunde at staminaforsale.com. Boom. Good night. God bless. Spence, it's time to done the show, fam. These little young man try to boil up my blood pressure. You're not coming back on this thing here. I'm telling you, I don't care how big you was, or I don't care. I don't care. You're not coming back on here. There's no pre-recorded nothing. You ain't pre-recorded nada. You ain't pre-recorded nada. Bro. You might not know me, bro. I'm not like these other guys. I deal with respect. Respect me, and then I respect. No, in fact, I respect you first. And then I expect respect. Because I'm showing you. I'm a giver.
1154 says,
I'm a giver.
Lord, the man disturb Uncle Tunde peace.
Bro, come try to mash up my energy. Nah, fam. You ain't mashing up nothing. You're blocked. Aries, you ain't coming back on this thing. Yeah, block him. If that you're blocked. You're blocked. 10 p.m. Lovely way to end the show. Just done. Just bust some alchemy on that brother. Try to come with negative, we just turn it back into positive and block your ass. Fam, don't try it. Them little negative powers can't work on me. They can't work on me. They can't work. I just spin it. I spin it, mate. It's alchemy. Anyone who ain't read the books.
The alchemy is
It's no response. There's no explanation. There is no, you wouldn't go on ITV. You wouldn't have a broadcast. No, let's keep it real because we're going into 10 o'clock here. You wouldn't be on HBO or Showtime or DAZN and chat about your connections are gone. You wouldn't. But guess what? This show here is on the same level as HBO, as Showtime, as DAZN, as BT, as Sky. We are not second to no man, fam. So if you cannot respect, if you would not disrespect those major platforms, what makes you think that you can come and disrespect us? No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Thank you, £5 for that. Thank you.
Next week, a Colleen stablemate is fighting, so it's perfect to have him on. Aries moving like Chris Rock. So
Fam, but that's what I'm trying to say. We're trying to big you up, fam. We're trying to big you up.
I hear that, but you know what? In all due respects, is this. I'm not meeting disrespect with disrespect. The man obviously had these issues or whatever not. So it is what it is.
You're just trying to be some politician.
Right?
Like, it is. You know me. I'm not a disrespectful person. Nobody can say I'm disrespectful. I'm not a disrespectful person. But we are here trying to set an example. We're here trying to set an example. So part of that example, listen, we all know, regardless, the show's always going to start on time. If I'm late for some reason or you're late, it's going to start on time. But when we have a guest on a platform with almost 12,000 subscribers, you should show respect to actually be online, sort your things out.
You know what? Kurt Campbell said, right, Chamberlain versus Smith is next week. We will get the winner of that fight on the show. I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, I mean, that's a good fight, you know. That is a very good fight.
Oh, tight, Miss Ringside. But this guy might have drink some San Pellegrino. Drink some green kryptonite drink. But I had to take off the label because these man ain't giving man no Snapchat money. So I'm not giving you no free promotion. This is don't try. Let me just hide that piece. Probably hide that piece as well. Some P sparkling water. Might have to draw for the sparkling water. Because Aries is a wild me up this evening. But it's been a great 2 hours.
It has been. We've had a lot to talk about. Like I said, grateful for listen, the black book never fell today, you know. You want to be careful.
No, it's the powers. The man weren't supposed to be on the thing. It's the powers. You weren't supposed to be on this thing. You weren't supposed to be. And you're not coming on it. You are not coming back on this show. I don't care who I'm upsetting. This man is not coming back on this show. You got to pay 100 grand to come back on this show. 100 grand Snapchat money to come back on The Fight Is Right. Like it or lump it, mate. And that's coming straight from Old Kent Road. Straight back to California. How you like that one? You don't come, bro. In fact, bro, I don't even want your money because you must think that you can buy this thing here. I'm just saying, no, bro, I'm not a negotiator. It's not, I'm principles and morals.
The brass Osman said, Ben Older went broke.
From principles and morals far outweigh the financial gain for me. I'm not saying for everybody else, but I'm saying for me. Because so even if you gave me 100 grand, I'm still not letting you back up because you're setting a bad example. And then people will think you can just buy your way through to this thing here. No, brother. You can't buy your way into this thing. This show here is a real show. It's real. That's why we can talk like this. That's why we can talk like this. So, hey, keep your money. Go and buy some fish and chips or some tacos or whatever you buy in California because you're not coming back on this thing here. You're not coming back on this. I've made up my mind. Principle, morals, respect. Respect the thing. Respect the thing. You're supposed to respect this show. Respect it. Don't tell so many people that have time. You can't. Listen, money can't buy time.
It's impossible.
Money can't buy time. Money can't buy time. So I don't care for your money. Even if you was to give me some money, judging by your last stand-up, you don't have much to give us. But
calm down now.
but having said that, in fact, time is money. Money ain't time. Time is money. Because you don't get that back, fam. You don't get that back. So anyway, let me just save my energy because I've got a lot of work to do. But I'm not selling my soul for no money. And Mr. Spears, you had an opportunity to not only promote yourself, but really speak to a lot of aspiring, young, budding, potential comedians that want to be goats like yourself. Want to be goats like yourself. And unfortunately, we live in a day and age where people don't show respect to the goats no more. Hence why, if you look on their social media platforms, you don't see views or followers in the millions. You see little 20,000, 30,000, 100,000. When really you should be in the millions because you're a goat. See people saying, who is Aries Spears? But those of us who know about comedy know that you're a legend. But you have dropped the ball. You've dropped the ball, sunshine. As we say back down in the UK. You dropped the ball, sunshine. You flopped. You flopped. So let me just calm myself down. And I just feel that let this be an example for any of you has-been comedians, footballers, boxers. When we're trying to bring you up, when we're trying to give you a platform to still speak about something that you was once great in, don't let us down. Don't come late. Don't show no disrespect. Don't tell me about, the Wi-Fi don't work. Fam, bro, go on ITV or BT or Sky Sports or The Zone, tell them about your Wi-Fi don't work. That's a lie. You would never do it. You would never do it, but you feel you can do it to us. No, I'm not having it. Tunde, go study, please, I beg. Bro, trust me, Spears, you let me off, man. You try to boy man off. Anyway, you know why? Because, bro, The Fight Is Right is the only station where I get to let off because I'm very quiet. I'm very quiet now in the world media. Like you don't see no IFL TV interviews with me or none of that. And so this is my house, and I can say what I want in my house. No one can't tell me nothing.
Nothing, bro.
No one can't tell me nothing.
We're not offending nobody. No one can't tell us nothing.
No one can't tell me nothing. But there must be a reason why this man never come on this thing here today. There must be a reason, and it's powers. Because I'm being honest with you, Spence. When I done my research, I was like, bro, I'm supposed to try and bring this Gary. I had to phone Gary. I said, bro, this brother's a bit too militant for us, bro. If I try and mash up the Snapchat money. But it's good, bro. Just mash up the whole thing. All right, cool. Anyway, listen, I've gone on a bit too much now. The powers saved us. Trust me, Gary. Me and Gary was talking about this thing today. Powers that saved us. This man was not supposed to be on this thing today. And Mr. Spears, I wish you nothing but the best. but you done effed up today. You done effed up today because this is one of the, if not the best boxing podcasts in the world. I'm not talking about the
Tell them
UK.
again, Tunde.
I'm talking about this is the best boxing podcast in the world. And your excuse for not coming on the best boxing podcast in the world is because of the connection? Come on, man. Sure. Let me just drink my San Pellegrino. And I want some Snapchat money for this San Pellegrino because I'm bigging up your company. And call it a night. Ladies and gentlemen, we end just as we started. Blood Clot Fury says smash the like button, subscribe, and comment by saying, dream it, believe it, but most of all, become it.
Come on down. See you next week, Saturday, for The Fight Is Right. Fight along, watch along, bring along some Snapchat money for Chris Bennett Smith defending his European. What else he got? I know he's European champion. I know he's got another. I think he's Commonwealth champion.
He's British Commonwealth and European.
Now he's relinquished the British title.
Okay.
He's relinquished the British title. But it's still a hell of a fight against Isaac Chamberlain. Don't miss that fight. It's going to be a very, very good show on Sky Boxer. I'm looking forward to that. It's also the pro debut of the Olympic silver medalist at light heavyweight, Ben Whittaker. I'm looking forward to that fight as well. So yeah, I really was thinking about this, jumping in the car and just driving up there, spend the night down there, book a little hotel, but now I'm thinking Snapchat money Mwa Tunde. So we shall see, but we'll see you lot next week. My apologies for Ari Spears not joining, but you can see the dialogue we're going back and forth.
Apologize what? What are you apologizing for?
No, I'm just apologizing for people who tuned in to try and listen to.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry about that. And we shall get, I'll get the winner of Chris Bennett Smith, Isaac Chamberlain. Isaac South London, so go Isaac, but I really do like Chris Bennett Smith. I think he's a proper little warrior, mate.
Yes, sir. Going to be a great fight, and as usual, we'll be doing our thing. The watch along is going to be lit.
It will be.
Rachel Shigozi, you know the set, love. Ringside, Miss Ringside, Authentic Truth, Daniel J, Country Don, A-Ubs, all boxed up, Jermaine Williams, come on, Gagorga, Air Force 286. We love you, and because of that, you'll see us next week. Old tight, Daniel J Boateng, respect.